So what time is it? FMA time. It's Fullmetal Alchemist. Where the fuck have you been? I was totally dreaming about alchemy. I would just have dreams of just clapping my hands and doing shit. Don't look at me like that. You know the very first time you saw Star Wars, you tried to pull shit into your hand. You still do it to this day. So me doing this, isn't that weird? Shut up. How many of you touched your car? Please, 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 please. So this is Fullmetal Alchemist, and this is the actual first Alchemist series that we got as an anime. It's not as true to the manga. It's actually wildly different. Wildly different. If you're a fan of the manga, this is gonna piss you the fuck off. So this world has alchemy. What is alchemy? Alchemy is the science of understanding, breaking down, and reassembling an object, or a substance, or whatever. Just not people. You have to give to get something. That's just how it works. That's the founding law of alchemy. They really, really hammer the equivalent exchange part. This is make-believe Europe. It's called a Mestris. It's all weird shaped. They don't get into the world. It's mostly focused on what's happening with the Elrics. If you're around Edward and Alphonse, eyes on you. If you're not, kind of eyes on you, not really. This one's very focused on the kids, on the bros. This one should become Brotherhood. There's way more about them. We visit the Elric brothers, Edward and Alphonse Elric, in their happy single-parent home that turns into orphanism. Pretty sure that's a word. Orphanism. It's the process of becoming an orphan. So Edward and Alphonse lose their mother, and in a spirited grief fest, because they're pretty spirited about their mom being dead, it was like, Mom's dead, we're gonna get her back, woo! It's kind of how it was. So what happens is Edward and Alphonse try to resurrect their mother by performing human transmutation, which is alchemy's biggest taboo, because the thing you get back is not the thing you want. I really enjoyed the Pet Cemetery aspect to Fullmetal Alchemist, because that's totally Pet Cemetery shit right there. Awesome! So what happens is when you perform something like this, you have to give something. They're trying to get a human back. Guess what that means? Something human must be taken. Like your arm and leg, and your brother's entire body. What? This is bullshit! I thought the toll was $375, not my ass! Shit! So now, ultimately, they're trying to get their bodies back. And the only way they can do that is by getting their hands on the Philosopher's Stone. But there's a catch. Soylent Stone. So it turns out, Philosopher's Stone is like Soylent Green. What does that mean? The stone is made out of people! People! So once they figure this out, they're like, fuck, we can't use this because it's horrible. We can't murder all these people just to get our bodies back. That's the kind of characters they are. And you like that about them. Sometimes you do want to slap Ed. Ed is like, first of all, Ed, get over it. You're short. Just get over it, okay? Be a bigger man with your actions. Don't let people fucking talk shit on you because you're fucking smaller than a flea. Al is super deep. He can't feel physically, so he pours everything into his emotions. And for having a armored face, you get a lot of emotion out of Al. Great voice acting. When they hit Lab 5, there's this very weird story dynamic where Ed is trying to convince the Slicer brothers that they are humans, where outside, Alphonse is being convinced he's not human by Barry the Chopper. Al starts having memory loss, and then when they ran into Barry the Chopper, there's a reason why it sticks, is because he's going through shit. Why are you listening to a guy called Barry the Chopper? He's obviously a psychopath who's trying to fuck with you. What are you doing? And Al has some of the best one-liners in this, like when the Chimeras are trying to convince him to think for himself and make his own decisions. I decided not to go with strangers. That's awesome. Once you get Sheska and Winry together, there's like this huge character contrast where they may as well have been Daphne and Velma. And you know which one is Velma. It's not Winry. She's a stupid gearhead. Winry's getting all wet for the automail. She makes it. Just make yourself something. I'm surprised she hasn't lost a limb of her own just so she could have her own shit. She seems like that kind of person. She does. There's tragedy in Winry's past in the form of Roy Mustang, this guy who you kind of like. So when you meet Roy Mustang, you kind of don't really like him, But for some reason, you respect him as a character because he has very likable people around him, like Hughes. You fucking love Maze Hughes. Homunculi are fucking crazy in Alchemist. They're not human pluses. They're the shit of nightmares in Alchemist, okay? You do not fuck with the homunculus. Especially Wrath. Fuck that kid. And Pride is a psycho. You don't find out about Pride until way later, and you're like, what? Because you didn't see that coming. You thought he was just being controlled. Not so. So Alchemist has a couple of characters that are not in the manga at all, like Dante. Dante and Hohenheim's relationship is totally different from Hohenheim and Trisha's relationship at the beginning, because that was love. Dante is like weird-ass immortal infatuated with Hohenheim. She's fucking fucked up and hella powerful. So Alchemist has fantastic music for the backgrounds. All the background music is amazing. The openers and closers, there's some good ones. Most of the opening closing music's alright in Alchemist, but the background music, the overall music, is fantastic. So the music is very European. Everything has a quasi-European feel to it. Totally fits, sounds great, not that Japanese. Dante's theme is eerie and sounds like it's been around for a while. Like Dante. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa. It's all woeful. So what I really like about Alchemist is the movie wraps up the story. The movie, The Conqueror of Shambhala, Fullmetal Alchemist, The Conqueror of Shambhala, wraps up the Fullmetal Alchemist series. It does. It wraps it up. It's a bittersweet ending, but it wraps it up nicely. Ed now got to get back together through a dimensional wall. Holy shit! Because they're sliders now. And they go from one dimension to the others, just like sliders. One thing I really do like about The Conqueror of Shambhala is you get to see Al in his body being super badass. Fucking Al is badass in the movie. He's just putting his soul into things, making tornadoes, generally being kick-ass, which is awesome. Spoiler alert, Ed and Winry do not get together in this one. It's kind of implied that she's waiting for him, but they don't necessarily wind up together. Like I said, the ending is bittersweet. And frankly, considering how dark Fullmetal Alchemist is, I enjoyed the bittersweet ending. It's bittersweet. It's sweet, but it's bitter. And I'm okay with this. Unsweetened chocolate. I found Alchemist extremely engaging, very enjoyable. I felt it was awesome. My official rating and my unofficial rating system, worthy. Mecha awesome, super worthy. Get it. Love it. Know it. Once again, this is for the dedicated anime fan because there's 51 episodes in Alchemist alone. So if you were to watch them both, that's 115 episodes. If you wanted to compare them. Good luck. I did it. You can. This is AniView by Dave. I, of course, am Dave. If you have any questions, comments, confusions, suggestions, put them below and I will get back to you. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook. Check me out on Twitter at AniView by Dave. I'm even on Google+. Now with more plus. Find me. See you next time. So in Alchemist, it's safe to say that if you like somebody a lot, they're probably going to die. Don't get attached. Remember the love you had for Nina and Alexander? What'd that get you? Splattered in an alley. Gut-wrenching. They were there for months with these two. Splat. And then her weird-ass father is Chewbacca Chimera, only upside down? What's up with that? He's like some fucking backwards bugbear. Yeah, I know what a bugbear is. That's right. Everybody dies. When that shit goes down with Maze Hughes and there's that last bit at the train station, you fucking wept. I know you did. Kimberly gets wasted. Kimberly's a psychopath. You don't like Kimberly at all. Ever. Kimberly is a psycho, and he fucking got what he deserved, okay? Fuck him. To his contrast, Scar is kind of a likable psychopath. He's still kind of a psychopath. He is running around exploding brains. He's exploding brains. He's just going around pop, 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 pop. Not really, it's just the one arm, but pop, 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 pop. No. Guess what happens to Scar? You know what happens to Scar. Al gets somebody murdered inside of him. Marta's just in him and gets murdered in him, and that's awful. And he's just holding his stomach. It's terrible. You feel so bad for Al. You feel bad for Ed, but you feel real bad for Al. Al's like shit. And all of a sudden you start to like Lust, and then guess what happens to Lust? Aw, damn Lust. What's up with the assholes just kicking the shit out of them on this island? That's fucking fucked up. Yeah, I know he was that guy, but that's bullshit! If I found out that's who that was, I would have fucking murdered him! My brother is a giant metal can who feels no pain! Try that shit again! Seriously, what the fuck was that? I really enjoyed the fact that Al was kicking the shit out of him. Slicer Brothers are like, oh, is your friend strong? And Ed's like, yeah, I've never beaten him ever. And if you're the strong one, then I don't have to worry about Al. And Al is handling the shit outside. Bam! He's just handling it. Izumi is a super bitch in this one. Super bitch. You really like her, but no, seriously. She is a bitch. And I really love when she shows up in the Devil's Nest. And fucking Greed goes, and who the hell are you? And she goes, pissed off! Which is a great response! Pissed off! Yeah, Zumi's badass.